the best lesson that I have learned from this book is that you can save no matter how much you earn. Even if you earn $100, there was a time when you earned $70 and you did not die. This means that you can save. The Richest Man in Babylon is probably the best book ever written on personal finance. As someone who has quite frankly struggled with her finances and was not very financially literate, my soul was happy when I read this book. The book really has the fundamentals of handling money, and the key principles in the book are demonstrated in the 5 laws of gold, which I will be sharing with you. And it's also based on parables that makes it easier to relate and understand. So let's dig in. I'm going to be sharing with you the 5 laws of gold, and these are the key things that Akkad, the richest man in Babylon at the time, shared. And let's go on to the first law of gold. Gold cometh gladly and in increasing quantity to any man who will put by not less than 1/10 of his earnings to create an estate for his future and that of his family. This basically means save 1/10 of what you earn. I've heard people say they do not earn enough to save and they don't have a lot of money to save. The key thing I have learned from this book, the best lesson that I have learned from this book is that you can save no matter how much you earn. Even if you earn $100, there was a time when you earned $70 and you did not die. This means that you can save. It doesn't matter how much it is that you earn. Also, you don't necessarily have to save 10%. There are people who've spoken and have said save 10%, others have said save 20%. Do what works for you, but make sure that you save. But do not save less than 10% if you can. This is also because personally, for example, I am just learning these things and I have not, I did not start investing a long time ago. I did not start saving a long time ago. And if I want to save 10%, I may not really reach my financial goals, and compared to someone who started saving 10 years ago. So I may decide that, okay, I want to save 20% if I can, or more if I can, which is why it's important for you to consider your own personal situation before delving into this, but save not less than 1/10 of the money that you earn. The second law of gold. Gold laboreth diligently and contentedly for the wise owner who finds for it profitable employment, multiplying even as the flocks of the field. This is about investments. And in terms of multiplying, it's talking about compound interest or profits. So if you're saving your money, you're not just saving it in a savings account. I mean, of course, apart from your emergency fund, whatever money it is that you save, and you must invest it, because if you put it down, it would not grow and it would also depreciate because of inflation. So this second law of gold is telling you that you have to multiply the money and you have to find for it profitable employment in the form of investment. Whether you're going to use it you're going to invest in stocks, in dividends, whatever it is, in stocks to get dividends or whatever it is, you should invest the money. You could invest it in a venture, in a business. Invest that money and let that money work for you. I used to not understand the idea of letting money work for you, but basically it means that when you have money, put the money in some kind of investment and let that money earn more money. And in the book, they talked about, they likened it to slaves. And I don't want to use a word, but your money is your slave. Your money will do work for you. Or your money, when your money makes profit, that is your money's children. And then you invest the children of the money into another venture. So it's like they all keep giving birth to profit. That is the second law of gold. Let's check out the third law of gold. Gold clingeth to the protection of the cautious owner who invests it under the advice of men wise in its handling. Do not go for advice about money from someone who has never made it who has never invested, who has no idea or no clue what they're doing with money, or even someone who's made money but has lost it and doesn't know how to keep it. When you're going for financial advice, go for advice from people who've done it. Which is why it's important for you to read books. It's important for you to read the blogs, of course, the credible ones. It's important for you to take the class if you need to take the class. Do your research and only learn from people who know. In the book, there's a part where someone went to learn from, get advice from somebody who did not have the knowledge himself, and he ended up losing his money. So make sure that whoever you're going to get advice from, you get that advice from someone who knows what they're doing. The fourth law of gold. Gold slippeth away from the man who invests it in businesses or purposes with which he is not familiar or which are not approved by those skilled in its keep. So, if you invest it in a business or purpose in which you're not familiar, you're likely to lose. For example, I have no idea what crypto or blockchain is about. All of these things, I will not put my money into something I do not understand. And that is one of the key principles of personal finance. If you are putting your money somewhere, you should understand it. You should have an idea what it is. Do not put your money into something you do not understand. A couple of years ago, there was a situation, I think it was a pyramid scheme situation in Ghana, where people invested their monies into these companies and they lost their money. And even a lot of people, a lot of people were devastated, but I also heard that some people lost their lives. That was how bad it was. And these were even two different companies or working in similar ways, where people didn't really understand how it worked, and then they joined it. Also, in the Richest Man in Babylon, there was a man who who took advice from someone who had no idea what he was doing, who gave him an advice on something to invest in, a business to invest in, and he put his money into it and he lost his money. Therefore, if you're going for advice, go get advice from people who are skilled in that area and who know what they're talking about. The fifth law of gold. Gold flees the man who would force it to impossible earnings, or would follow the alluring advice of tricksters and schemers, or who trusts it to his own inexperience and romantic desires in investment. Basically, what I said before, if you have some fanciful ideas of what to do with them, of an opportunity, and do not know what it's about, and it looks alluring and it's just something that seems too good to be true, it is probably too good to be true. You can't put your money into something that's as just like, if, for example, someone comes to tell you that, oh, put $500 in this thing, and in the next 30 days you get $5,000. Even if a bank gives you like a high interest rate, you would not get $5,000 after investing $500. It does not make sense. So if you follow tricksters, you're going to lose your money. Like the example I cited of how some people lost their money in Ghana, that is how you could lose your money. I think this is a very good book, and it has all of the key principles, and I'm going to summarize off the top of my head the main things that I learned from The Richest Man in Babylon. Number one, you can save no matter how much you earn. You don't need to earn a lot of money to save. Two, only learn from people who are skilled in finances, in personal finance, people who know and have experience in the things that they're doing. Three, don't follow fanciful and romantic desires and go put your money in something that is not realistic. It does not work that way. You will lose your money. Four, invest your money. Don't just put it down, because your money has to work for you. If you put some money down, you have to reinvest that money, and the money you get from that money, you reinvest that money, and then it keeps going. That is also how compound interest works. To an extent, when you put your money down, then the interest compounds. So money would work for you only if you find for it profitable investment. And I like that expression they used in the book, profitable investment. You have to find for it profitable investment. this is a very beautiful book, and it's the kind of book I'd say you should buy as a gift for a friend. Be kind and buy it for someone. I have no shares in this book. I have no shares or anything in this book, but I would mention this book to every single person that I meet because this is a very great book, and it's the first book I ever read of personal finance, and it's just amazing, and there's so much to learn from the book. And the last thing I'd say is that on the note of being kind and sharing the book with someone to read or recommending it to someone, I hope that you can be kind to me and help me also, because this year I'm on a journey to grow this channel massively and I need your help to do that. It would really help me if you're able to share this video with someone and yeah, help it reach a lot more people and someone who would also find it useful. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment in the comment section letting me know if you want to see a lot of personal finance content. Leave personal finance in the comments of the video and let me know if you want me to share a lot of personal finance information as I learn. I am not a financial advisor. I do not work in finance. I am also learning, and I'm happy to share with you as I learn. Until next time, Achiever, stay driven, be kind, and keep pushing. Bye.